Dubai, the glamorous city of the United Arab Emirates, has long been hailed as a symbol of economic success and opulence. However, beneath the glittering facade, Dubai's economy has had far-reaching and shattering consequences for the global economy. Stay tuned to know how. 1. Real estate bubble. Dubai's economy heavily relies on the real estate sector, which has experienced a significant boom over the past decades. However, this rapid expansion has led to the creation of a real estate bubble, with property prices soaring to unrealistic levels. In 2008, this bubble burst, causing a ripple effect across the globe. As Dubai's real estate market crashed, it had severe repercussions on international investors, leading to a worldwide financial crisis. Recent statistics reveal that the real estate sector still contributes to nearly 13% of Dubai's GDP, exposing the city's vulnerability to future economic shocks. Any downturn in the Dubai real estate market could potentially trigger another global economic crisis. The construction activities associated with the sector have attracted international investment and contributed to global demand for building materials, services, and skilled labor. That as a major hub for global capital flows, a sharp decline in Dubai's real estate market could lead to investor panic, risk aversion, and a potential tightening of credit availability impacting global financial stability. 2. Dependence on oil revenue. Dubai's economy was historically reliant on oil revenue. The discovery of oil reserves in the 1960s transformed Dubai into an oil-exporting nation, propelling it towards becoming a global economic center. However, recent efforts have been made to diversify the economy through sectors like tourism, finance, and trade. Despite these efforts, oil still accounts for a significant portion of Dubai's revenue. The volatility of oil prices in the global market has a direct impact on Dubai's economic stability. In 2022, Dubai's oil production reached 2.85 million barrels per day, highlighting its continued dependence on this finite resource. Dubai's economy is intrinsically linked to the global oil market, making it vulnerable to fluctuations in oil prices. When oil prices experience sharp declines, it directly affects Dubai's revenue, fiscal position, and overall economic stability. This, in turn, has ripple effects on the global economy. Recent years have witnessed significant fluctuations in oil prices. Factors such as geopolitical tensions, supply-demand dynamics, and global economic conditions influence the oil market. For example, the COVID-19 pandemic led to a significant drop in global oil demand, resulting in a sharp decline in prices. The impact of these price fluctuations was felt by Dubai, with a subsequent reduction in oil revenue and economic challenges. A decline in Dubai's oil revenue can lead to reduced investments, tighter credit availability, and decreased consumer spending. These factors, in turn, affect international investors, financial institutions, and businesses with exposure to Dubai's oil sector. 3. Labor exploitation and human rights concerns. Dubai's rapid economic growth has been fueled by an influx of migrant workers from various parts of the world. Unfortunately, the treatment of these workers has raised serious concerns regarding labor exploitation and human rights violations. Many workers are subjected to poor living conditions, low wages, and hazardous working conditions. According to recent reports, around 90% of Dubai's workforce consists of migrant workers, primarily from South Asia and other developing regions. The exploitation of these workers not only violates human rights but also negatively impacts the image of Dubai as an economic powerhouse. The global community's increased awareness of these issues has led to calls for improved labor standards and greater protection for workers' rights. 4. Debt crisis. Dubai's rapid economic growth has been accompanied by a significant increase in debt levels. In recent years, the city and its state-owned enterprises have accumulated substantial debt, leading to concerns about sustainability and the potential for a debt crisis. According to the International Monetary Fund, IMF, Dubai's total debt reached approximately $129 billion in 2022, equivalent to nearly 170% of its GDP. Such high levels of debt pose a risk not only to Dubai's economy but also to international lenders and investors. The debt-to-GDP ratio highlights the scale of Dubai's indebtedness and raises concerns about its sustainability and ability to service its debt obligations. Dubai's debt crisis can also affect its financial sector, including banks and financial institutions. High levels of non-performing loans, NPLs, can weaken the stability of the banking system and expose lenders to potential losses. Recent data indicates that Dubai's NPL ratio stood at 5.2% in 2022, reflecting a significant increase compared to previous years. This presents risks to both local and international financial institutions that have exposure to Dubai's debt and may result in a tightening of credit availability. 5. Regional political tensions. Dubai's location in the politically unstable Middle East region exposes its economy to regional geopolitical tensions. Heightened political conflicts, such as those involving neighboring countries like Iran and Saudi Arabia, can disrupt trade routes, cause investor uncertainty, and impact Dubai's economic stability. Dubai's economy thrives on international trade, acting as a major trading and logistics hub. Regional political tensions can disrupt trade routes, impose trade embargoes, and lead to a decline in cross-border commerce. For example, the diplomatic rift between Qatar and several Gulf Cooperation Council (GCC) countries in 2017 resulted in trade disruptions, affecting Dubai's exports and re-exports to Qatar. Such disruptions hinder economic growth, impact business activities, and pose challenges for global supply chains. Trade disruptions. Dubai's economy thrives on international trade, acting as a major trading and logistics hub. Regional political tensions can disrupt trade routes, impose trade embargoes, and lead to a decline in cross-border commerce. For example, the diplomatic rift between Qatar and several Gulf Cooperation Council (GCC) countries in 2017 resulted in trade disruptions, affecting Dubai's exports and re-exports to Qatar. Such disruptions hinder economic growth, impact business activities, and pose challenges for global supply chains. Investor confidence. Political tensions in the region can undermine investor confidence, affecting foreign direct investment (FDI) and capital flows into Dubai. Investors may become wary of potential risks associated with regional conflicts, leading to a slowdown in investment and business activities. Heightened political instability can also impact the perception of Dubai as a safe and stable business environment, deterring both local and international investors. Security concerns. Political tensions can give rise to security concerns, including the risk of terrorism, military conflicts, and social unrest. These concerns can disrupt daily operations, increase costs for businesses, and impact tourism and hospitality sectors. Dubai's economy heavily relies on tourism, and any perception of instability can lead to a decline in visitor numbers and revenue. 6. Non-performing loans and banking sector vulnerability. Dubai's banking sector plays a crucial role in its economy, but it faces challenges related to non-performing loans, NPLs, and vulnerability to external shocks. Recent data indicates that the NPL ratio in Dubai's banking sector stood at 5.2% in 2022, reflecting a significant increase compared to previous years. The economic fallout from the COVID-19 pandemic has further exacerbated the issue, with defaults and repayment difficulties affecting businesses and individuals alike. A high NPL ratio not only weakens the stability of Dubai's banking sector but also has spillover effects on global financial institutions that have exposure to Dubai's debt. This highlights the interconnectedness of the global financial system and the potential risks associated with Dubai's economic challenges. 7. Impact on foreign direct investment, FDI. Dubai has traditionally attracted significant foreign direct investment, FDI, due to its strategic location, business-friendly environment, and modern infrastructure. However, recent data shows a decline in FDI inflows to Dubai, signaling concerns among international investors. In 2021, FDI inflows to Dubai reached $10.8 billion, representing a 43% decrease compared to the previous year. Factors such as economic uncertainty, geopolitical tensions, and regulatory issues have contributed to this decline. Reduced FDI not only hampers Dubai's economic growth but also has implications for the global economy, as it affects investment flows and business activities in various sectors. 8. Impact on global supply chains. Dubai's role as a major trading and logistics hub means that disruptions in its economy can have ripple effects on global supply chains. The COVID-19 pandemic highlighted the vulnerability of global supply chains, and Dubai's economy was not exempt from the disruptions. Recent data reveals that Dubai's non-oil foreign trade declined by 13% in 2020, reflecting the impact of the pandemic on global trade flows. As Dubai serves as a key intermediary in the movement of goods across the world, any significant disruptions in its trade activities can affect the efficiency and reliability of global supply chains, impacting businesses and consumers globally. 9. Rising cost of living. Dubai's economic growth has been accompanied by a significant increase in the cost of living, making it increasingly unaffordable for many residents. Rising housing prices, inflation, and high living expenses have put pressure on the city's workforce and contributed to income inequality. Recent statistics indicate that Dubai's cost of living index has risen steadily, with an increase of 1.5% in 2022. This upward trend puts a strain on residents' purchasing power and affects the overall economic well-being of Dubai. It also has implications for the global economy, as changes in consumer spending patterns in Dubai can impact the demand for goods and services from international markets. Conclusion. While Dubai's economy has undeniably brought growth and prosperity to the city, its negative impact on the global economy cannot be overlooked. The real estate bubble, dependence on oil revenue, labor exploitation, and environmental implications all contribute to a complex web of challenges that extend beyond the borders of Dubai.